Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Flashpoint FOC show. I know this is a little late. Ideally, we would love to not be running these on Monday, but here we are. It's Monday, which is the day of FOC. It is January 13th. I'm trying to get this out early in the morning. Uh, Afternoon Eastern time, morning West Coast. But getting this out there so you guys can still FOC your books tonight. Everything is kind of back to normal in terms of FOC this week. So this will be back to a normal, like 15, 20-minute show. But Marvel, DC, Boom, everybody's kind of back to normal. Before we jump into FOC, I do want to see. I think this is working on Instagram. So we officially are live on Facebook, X/Twitter, and Instagram, and this is going straight to YouTube as soon as I am done recording it. And before we get started on FOC, let's talk about the Winter Springs Comic and Toy and More show. That is this weekend, this Saturday the 18th, at the Winter Springs VFW from noon to 5. I have all but one vendor confirmed. That last vendor will be selling sweets. So if you're a comic collector, don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. The only one is a sweets vendor. We have the Orlando Collector Deviants. We got T-Rex comics and collectibles. We got Things Mel made. Elizabeth's candles, awesome candles. Daniel Tucker's sports cards. We got 3D Toy Box. We got Carrie's nerdy T-shirts. We have featured artist Emily Ricette doing sketches for kids all day long, free sketches for kids. We have Florida Kenzie Crochet. We got Crazy Burnsies collectibles with comics and sports cards as well. Then we got Sabian T. Willis in the house talking about his brand new comic book. And then we have Chris Art Creations, who like customizes and makes custom action figures. And then we should have a sweets vendor in there, and that'll round it out, as well as us, Flashpoint Comics and Games. Should be a very fun show. You might have heard me mention in there Emily Ricette, featured artist. Any kid who comes through the building will be given a free little sketch card as they walk in, and Emily will be doing a free sketch for them when they walk up to her table. They just gotta tell her what they want. She'll either look it up on her phone, or if you guys can look it up on your phone, and she will draw it for the kid for free. We also are doing a food drive for Winter Springs Elementary School again. So if anybody brings in any cereal, any kind of food like that for the donations, you will be entered to win prizes all day long. This will be benefiting the Winter Springs Elementary School's food pantry. So I'm very excited about all that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into FOC. You might be asking yourself, what is FOC? What is FOC? FOC is Final Order Cutoff. It is essentially the final day you have to order your comic books before it is no longer guaranteed. You know, allocations can happen, print runs, anything like that. So at FOC is always 11:59 Eastern Time Monday. Your comic store will ask you what time to get those orders in time. We ask for them to be in by 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. And then what that does is guarantees you a copy of that book. You don't have to fight speculators. You don't have to worry if it's going to sell out. It is guaranteed held for you. How do you FOC a book? Simple. You either comment on this video, you message us on any social media. If you have us on Pullbox, you can just request to be a Pullbox for that book. And if not, worst comes to worst, you can email us at flashpointcomicsandgames@gmail.com. And with that being said, let's jump into FOC. You can always view this website that I use here by going to previewsworld.com/final orders due, and it will always update you to the most recent final order cutoff. So that's always super useful. It's the site we use. And let's jump right into it. Image is always the first publisher on this bad boy. So let's jump into Image. View all. You're going to get the Chew Nomnibus. Chew is an awesome comic book series. If you haven't read that before, this is the whole series, $64.99. It is about a detective who is like a cannibal zombie, but when he eats the flesh or whatever, he can see the final moments of the victim. So that's how he solves crimes. It's kind of cool book, I'm not going to lie. I loved Chew. Rob Gilroy's art is beautiful in that. You have Gunslinger Spawn number 40. You have an A cover and a B cover. You've got Rockefellers, you got Snot Girl, you have Spawn A cover by Bjorn Barnes, you got B cover, you have the Spawn graphic novel, you got Walking Dead Deluxe Edition in color 106. And that is kind of it for Image. Image is on a lighter side today. But then Boom's got some good stuff on there. Let's roll on over to Boom. There's Bronze Faces #1, new book from them. R.L. Stein, if you grew up with Goosebumps, there's Graveyard Club Fresh Blood. Whoops. View all. There's also Grimm. Stephanie Phillips Grimm has an A cover, a B cover, and a 20th anniversary cover. Jim Henson Presents gets a second printing. And When I Lay My Vengeance Upon Thee #2 is on FOC. So that is a very cool book. That one is by Gus Moreno. Then I believe we jump to DC Comics. DC, Marvel are definitely where you're going to see the bulk of the stuff this week, especially Marvel. But for DC, view all. There we go. So you got Absolute Superman #4. You got an A cover by Sandoval, B cover by Dave Talaski. I think the Roz cover is going to be slept on heavily. So there's the Roz cover, letter C. Then you do have a Carr Andrews variant as well. There's that. Then you're going to have Batgirl #4 with an awesome Sozo Micah cover. Batgirl #4. Boom, boom. Beautiful cover. Then you've got Batman 157. You have an A cover. You have a B cover by Tony Harris. You have a C cover by Tony S. Daniel. You have a Hush cover by Mitch Gerards. I like this one a lot. And then you have a foil cover by Jorge Jimenez, which is also a great cover. Very reminiscent of their first issue together, Chip and Jorge. Very cool. Birds of Prey is on there. DC Pride box set. You're going to get Detective Comics 31 facsimile edition. So there's going to be a foil of that. Written by Gardner Fox, famous for Flash, my boy. But you're going to get a foil version of this. You get a regular version of this. And then there is a blank as well. JSA by Jeff Lemire is at #4. Adam Project #2. I'm very excited about this book. I love Ray Palmer. I love Ryan Choi. I love Captain Adam. So that's the A cover. And then I am a big fan of this. Is this Lyrics? Lyrics Lee. Lyrics Lee with this awesome cover featuring all three. There's Ray Palmer, or actually that's Ryan Choi. There's Ray Palmer, and there's Captain Adam. Super cool. I like that a lot. The finale of Little Batman month 1 is kind of like a kid's Batman book, but it's also playing parody to Year One and stuff like that. So we do have all 3 issues of this in our kids section, and then here's the finale, month 1. New Gods #3 is getting their new Birth of a New God acetate. So this one you can tell is Mr. Miracle. So there you see Mr. Miracle, and this is an acetate cover, which means when you take it off, you'll see another image under. Poison Ivy #30 is a flip book this week, which means 2 stories, 2 different sides of the book. There's an A cover. There is your Jenny Frieson cover, which I think is beautiful, as always. This might be one of Jenny's best Poison Ivy works. Then I do like the Villa Lobos cover, how it is also like a flip cover. I think that's very genius. It's like a Queen of Hearts or a Queen card. So that is genius. And then there is a foil, or actually, sorry, there's a Hush variant for this. It is Batman and Hush fighting on the top of the bridge in Gotham. And then there is a foil cover. It's foil landscape. So there's that. You get all the images there in a foil for $6.99. Beautiful cover. That's gonna be a beautiful cover. That's definitely, yeah, it's beautiful. Scooby Doo. I do want to point out these Shazam covers. So the Inhyuk Lee variant is going to be a series. So they will have the kid and their Shazam family member. So there's going to be a whole series of these. You're going to get Billy, you're going to get Freddie, you're going to get Darla, you're going to get Mary. It's going to be cool. But then I do want to point out the Mark Spears as well. Mark Spears has been very popular, and I think this is a perfect old school Captain Marvel, Alex Ross-esque cover. So I want to point that out. Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor #1, second printing by Mark Waid. That is a magazine-sized book. Then you have Two-Face #3 by Christian Ward. So don't forget about that. It's a cool book. Then we can finally jump into Marvel. Let me see. I got some comments. That blank version. Oh yeah, that's really cool. The Shazamly. Yeah, I love that Shazam cover. I think the family covers are going to be real cool. Inhyuk Lee does a phenomenal job with characters in general. So I think that's just going to be really, really good. With that being said, we can jump into Marvel. Marvel. Marvel, I feel like has the stuff you most want to pay attention to. Let me word it that way. So you have all new Venom #3. You got an A cover, a bit variant, and a connecting cover. You have Amazing Spider-Man 67, Human Torch variant. You also have your Scotty Young 8 Deaths to Spider-Man variant. Beta Ray Bill by Daniel Warren Johnson is getting a new printing. You have Cable #2. You do have Captain America Winter Soldier getting a premiere edition trade paperback if you're a big Bucky Barnes fan. Daredevil #1 is getting a reprint, a facsimile edition, main cover, and then a foil cover. Foil cover is going to be $8.49. Keep that in mind, y'all. Daredevil Unleash Hell Red Band Edition #2. There is they're only showing one cover. So I believe there are two covers. I ordered one copy of a variant cover when I did FOC. But I do still have copies of #1 on this. Deadpool 11 featuring his daughter. Then you get Deadpool Team Up #5. This is allegedly the last issue where Rob Liefeld will ever write Deadpool. So we got Deadpool with Spider-Gwen, drawn by Rob Liefeld, and then we have Rob Liefeld drawing Deadpool like he just got punched in the nose, I guess. But we have those. Deadpool Wolverine, written by Ben Percy. There's an A cover. There's a Human Torch variant. There's a Marvel Studios variant, which I think is very cool. Like, look at that. That is super cool. That's oh my gosh. Not Mog Park. Somebody Park. Andy Park, maybe? Beautiful artwork. Immortal Thor #20. Here's something I don't want you guys to miss. So you have the fourth printing of It's Jeff #1. Again, and I want everybody to remember these books, these are kids' books. It's Jeff is a kid's book. I actually don't think there are words in it. So it's meant for a kid. But it's on fourth printing. If you want that for your collection or you want to get it for your kid, that is phenomenal. That is there. Then there is It's Jeff, the Jeff verse #1, second printing. This obviously was less popular on the speculator circles, but also another great kids book, written by Kelly Thompson, who is the creator of Jeff the Land Shark. So yeah, that is something I don't want you guys to miss. Magic #2, A cover is obviously J. Scott Campbell. Very smart move by Marvel to have J. Scott Campbell doing the A covers of Magic. You have an animated cover, and then you have a beautiful Villa Lobos cover. Beautiful cover. Then you have Marvel Mutts. This is another like all ages one shot. There's Marvel Mutts #1 featuring Kamala Khan on that cover. Then you have, this is my favorite, Christy Zulu cover homaging the dogs playing poker with Spider-Man. I think that's great. And then you do have this cover as well. Make sure you get your FOCs in for this since it is a kind of odder book. You're gonna have Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #5, New Champions #2 featuring more new characters. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. Well, you'll be able to see here in the Derek Chu cover for sure. This is a freaking new Magneto right here. Look at that. What is that? Miss Magneto? We're gonna call her Miss Magneto. So you got that. The big book, two big books this week. One of them is One World Upon Under Doom, new Doctor Doom book by Ryan North, the writer of Fantastic Four. So that is your A cover. This is your Clayton Crane Doomasaur cover. Super cool. These covers are all great. Your John Tyler Christopher Negative Space variant. You have your Mike Mignola Hidden Gem variant. Super cool. You have your RB Silva variant. Because remember, Doctor Doom became Sorcerer Supreme a couple months ago. You have your Rod Rice variant. And that explains why he's wearing the cape and everything like that. and then you have a Rose Besh variant. So make sure you get your pre-orders for this in. I was literally just talking to guys about the last Doom book, and it's like I have a feeling this is going to be just as hot. So get your pre-orders in for One World Under Doom before 9 p.m. tonight Eastern Time, and you'll be guaranteed your Doom covers. Psylocke number 4 has a Savage variant, A cover, and animated. And here's the other book, Red Hulk number 1. So there's an A cover for Red Hulk number 1, and I believe this actually is under the One World Under Doom. Yeah, see, so it's in the Doom story arc. You're gonna get an Adam Kubert foil cover. Remember, this is $8.49 at our store. Ask your store, inquire about the price there. Frank Miller's still doing art. So there's Frank Miller's cover on that, Red Hulk. Then you are going to have your Jacob Edgar Marvel Studios variant featuring the movie versions of these characters. John Romita Jr., JR doing a variant, Hulk Smash. There is another Marvel Studios variant. We'll have at least 2 copies of this, but I'm not going to lie, there is no art for this on Penguin or here. This cover will be probably about $8.49 as well because it looks like Please Inquire. This is the PX exclusive, so only available through Diamond. And that is that cover. Then you get a blank variant, of course. I don't need to zoom in on that. And then a Todd Knock Icon variant. Super cool. So like Red Hulk, if you're excited for the movie, anything like that, like don't sleep on Red Hulk. Yeah, Marvel Mutts. Marvel Mutts I am very excited about because let me scroll back up. Just because like first of all, that Spider-Man cover is like the cutest thing in the world, right? But I'm excited for like a one shot here that like you can adults can enjoy, you can give it to kids to enjoy. Like that's what I love about comic books. Sam Wilson, Captain America number 2. That one has a Marvel variant as well, Marvel Studios. Right there. Spider-Boy number 16. You have Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 10 with a foreshadow variant. It looks like it's a like Loki and Gwen and a few other people playing in a rock band. But if I'd known anything, anytime Marvel does a foreshadow variant, it goes for money. So let's just word it that way. Torch variant. Uncanny X-Men 10 has an animated variant featuring Rogue and Gambit. Werewolf by Night 7. X-Men 11 has Cyclops and Jean Grey. Also has a beautiful Sway Magic cover. And then some omnibuses. And then we can jump into Dynamite. Dynamite has some alright stuff this week. Number 2, a Green Hornet, Miss Fury, if you're an old school Green Hornet fan. Then you have Savage Tales, if you're a big fan of like Vampirella and Red Sonja and stuff like that. You got a Linsner, a Barnes, a Sodyam. And then what I call kind of miscellaneous. It's where IDW, Valiant, Dark Horse all end up existing. Is this area called comics and graphic novels. It's awesome that this is in alphabetical order because I do want to start off by showing off a really cool independent comic called 27 Run Crash. This is being put out by Battle Quest Comics. 27 Run and 27 Run Crush, which are the prequels, used to be printed by a Wave Blue World. Looks like this is now being done by Battle Quest Comics. Still written by Justin Zimmerman. But if you like kaijus and you like mechs, this is a really cool book for you. And this is going to release in single issues as opposed to a graphic novel. That's how the previous 27 runs came out. But this is a full comic book. It even has like a little video here. Can you guys watch it? Can we watch it? I'm sure we're going to get a copyright strike. Because, like, why wouldn't we? But, like, look at this. 27 Run Crash. And, like, there's, like, a little look at the art there and everything like that. I could probably mute it and, like, get less copyright stricken. But this, I just wanted to point this out because if you like kaijus, you like mech, you like Pacific Rim, a $4.99 comic book that you can pick up. And then as I scroll through, I want to show you some cool comic books. Conan's on FOC from Titan, Cruel Kingdom, Fight Girls. Oh, Godzilla #1 70th anniversary Kingdom of the Monsters foil variant. So this is a $9.99 foil, but I know if you're like just looking at it in passing, you might not notice it. This is Alex Ross. Alex Ross artwork on a foil Godzilla 70th anniversary, $9.99 extra size book. In celebration of Godzilla's 70th anniversary, IDW is proud to present reprintings of the greatest Godzilla stories ever told, starting with Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters #1, featuring a gorgeous foil cover by superstar Alex Ross. So yeah, don't sleep on that. That's all I want to say. Then there is a new Godzilla book coming out by IDW called Godzilla Heist. Uh, it actually is very similar to like Kaiju Score, if you read that before, where there is a heist going on, but these people are using Godzilla hitting land as the distraction to allow them to pull off the heist. So they are keeping an eye on when Godzilla makes landfall, and then they are going to rob some people while that is happening. Genius idea, to be fair. Money Shot. If you're familiar with Money Shot, you know about it. If not, you don't need to. My Little Pony Sky Secret. That is a new #1. We will be carrying that if your kiddo likes My Little Pony. There's a new Rick and Morty Maximum Trio, Smurfs Archive Edition, the Snowcat Prince. A lot of kids books, which is kind of nice. Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to point out this B cover of all covers because it's homaging the old Dungeons and Dragons manual. So I think this is really cool. I don't know many of the or of the Stranger Things characters, so I'm not sure like who is who. Like I'm assuming this guy's the DM. I don't know what his name is though. This guy though, he looks important. So yeah, but this is a straight crossover Dungeons and Dragons D&D because IDW or Dark Horse owns both properties. Let's see what else. Don't sleep on that book though. And that's it. I did want to point out in terms of kids' books, there is some DK Super Readers. Spidey and his friends go. Go Team Spidey. There is also a Pokemon one for first graders, and I think it's 2 Pokemon ones. Pokemon one for first graders, Pokemon one for second graders, and this is for preschoolers. If you have any questions about the Super Readers, just send us a message. We carry these extensively and for all age levels. So with that being said, guys, feel free to swing through here. That jigsaw puzzle is super cool. We can order that if somebody wants it. But feel free to swing through here and order anything you guys need to order. Send us a message if you have any questions. Remember, the website is previewsworld.com/finalordersdue. And if you just click on this pull box thing, you can sign up and find our store, or you can just email us, whatever is easiest for you. But with that being said, guys, I just want to thank y'all very much. And one final, we'll be back tomorrow for the new Comic Book Day preview show. But one last time for the FOC show, I just want to promote the Winter Springs Comic, Toy, and More show. This Saturday, January 18th, noon to 5 p.m., free entry at the Winter Springs VFW. Tons of great vendors. Featured artist Emily Rysette will be doing sketches for kids. So bring kids by, your nieces, nephews. You'll get a free sketch card, and they will go straight to Emily to be able to get that drawn. And with that being said, guys, take it easy and flash out.